Dupes and replicas are taking over.
So these bags are identical, but one is real and one is fake. Can you tell me which one is which?
It's amazing quality, like looks like the real deal.
You get your stamping exactly where the stamping would be. All the hardware is stamped just as it was if you were to actually go to a store and get the actual bag.
This is thicker than this. This looks higher quality. I think this one's real.
This is a real counterfeit.
Really? Why do I need the real thing? I got it like that. People think it's the real thing. And if I'm buying a really, really well-made fake, nobody knows the difference. So what's the point?
A conversation that I don't think will ever end, or people will ever be able to really agree upon in this world, is the argument and the discussion regarding counterfeits. Research just this year that came out from a company called CoreSearch predicted that the size of the global trade in counterfeit goods could reach 1.79 trillion by 2030, which is a 75% increase from that of 2023, and a growth 3.6 times higher than predicted for the global economy over the same period. CoreSearch calculations estimate that counterfeits accounted for 3.3% of global trade in 2023 and will grow by 5% by 2030, meaning that 1 in every $20 spent globally on products could be spent on counterfeit goods. Counterfeits have seemingly exploded in popularity. And if you saw a recent video of mine I'll have it linked, I did a video about Ozempic and I talked about the world of black market counterfeit Ozempic. Not only can you get counterfeit Ozempic, you can basically in this day and age get counterfeit anything. Anything from counterfeit cars, counterfeit appliances, counterfeit pharmaceuticals, counterfeit grocery products, and of course, counterfeit designer fashion. Today's video is going to predominantly focus on the luxury counterfeit market, so mainly designer handbags, and the normalization of buying fakes, and what it says about our culture and social media's role to play in all this.
As far as fakes go, they're pretty good. I mean, I'd buy them.
Before we really get into today's video, I do want to break down and just make sure we're clear on the differences between dupes and counterfeits. So a dupe is a replica product. It's often cheaper, whereas a counterfeit is a direct copy. Unlike counterfeits, dupes don't claim to be the original product, nor do they reproduce protected logos. They're mainly inspired by the real thing. That's kind of the difference between a dupe and a fake counterfeit, whereas super fakes are a whole new territory. And a super fake is actually so good that most people walking past someone would not really be able to tell that that item is a fake. They usually use pretty much the same or very similar materials to produce the bags, and they have pretty much bang on most of the details that you would expect and that you would notice on the real thing. And unless you were to really be able to touch the bag, smell the bag, look inside the bag, really inspect the bag, you wouldn't know it's a super fake.
I can see the difference between the prints. This looks like glossier, like it's probably fake.
Inside's super important.
Yeah, this is thicker than this. This looks higher quality. I think this one's real.
This is a real counterfeit.
Really?
This is a counterfeit.
Like I said, most people don't do this when they're walking past someone in the street. I want to share with you my first introduction to super fakes, especially super fake Hermes bags. I did a video a while ago now about my experience with owning a fake Kelly. I'll have it linked if you want to check it out. But it wasn't really a fake, it was a dupe of a Kelly. And the reason I bought a dupe of a mini Kelly was because I couldn't get it out of my head. And I wanted to know whether or not I would actually wear it. I wanted to know whether or not I'd actually use it and if it was actually a good idea. That video and that experience really helped me, and it was really beneficial because at that time I was like really, really unhealthily, like really, really into a bad place with shopping, as I'm sure you may know if you've been here for a while. But that experience was really helpful because it made me realize that the bag was not something I really needed in my collection, and truthfully, I couldn't afford, and I couldn't justify, and I knew that spending that much on a bag, I wouldn't want to use it. I'd be too scared to take it out. So that was a really good experience for me. And at that time, I was actually DM'd or emailed by, I'm gonna say maybe like 4 or 5 people who sent me links to websites that I'd never heard of. And these websites sold super fake. So these bags were like anywhere between $500, some of them were up in like maybe $1,000, $2,000. They looked incredibly legit, and the service all seemed very legit. I didn't ever go ahead and buy one, but I'm not gonna lie to you, I was tempted to buy one of those for a very, very long time. I never went ahead and bought one, and I never went ahead and used that service. And now in the place I'm at now, I'm not at all tempted. I don't even remember what those websites were called actually, but it tempted me for a really long time. I was very tempted to do it, but I never went ahead and did it. One, because I was scared. I was scared that I was gonna get in trouble. I was scared that somehow the police were gonna come like banging down my door and be like, arrest her. But also, I just knew that I couldn't do it. I knew that it wouldn't have the same excitement for me, because I obviously have bought bags in the past. If you've been on my channel for a while, I knew it wouldn't have the same excitement, and I knew that I wouldn't feel right. I wouldn't feel right walking around with something that was inauthentic. And God forbid if anyone came up and asked me about it, I feel as if I wouldn't want to lie, and then I would be too embarrassed to tell them the truth. So I just know that it was not worth it for me. When we're talking through this video today, I don't want you at all to think that like I am holier than thou, and I have never been enticed or tempted to go down that road, because I have. The world of counterfeits really used to exist more in those dark alleys, you know? I mean, they're still now like exist in dark alleys. You'll sometimes still see them on a busy sidewalk, street, laid out on like a towel. That's kind of what the world of counterfeits used to be. Whereas now we're in a place where you are literally targeted with advertisements for counterfeits every time you pick up your phone. I mean, I know I am. I scroll Instagram, I scroll TikTok, I scroll social media, and I am constantly targeted with these adverts, not only for dupes, but also for counterfeit designer products. Counterfeits have very much become normalized. Like I mentioned in the beginning of today's video, I do want to speak more about counterfeits, because I do think that dupes have been normalized and basically accepted in society for quite some time now. I mean, that's pretty much Steve Banton's whole business model, really. But what I find fascinating and interesting is that counterfeits have slowly, over the last few years, become more normalized to the place we're at now. And I think there are a few reasons for that. Number one, obviously the explosion of e-commerce. Two, I do think the more that's coming out, I mean, I'm sure a lot of us here are familiar with the Birkin Slayer, that Instagram account that basically blew this whole case wide open and really started targeting and exposing certain celebrities and influencers for carrying fakes, for carrying fake Birkins. Celebrities, reality stars like Jen Shaw, for instance, from The Real Housewives. She was exposed back in like 2021 for owning, I think, over a dozen counterfeit handbags. They were seized from her possession. I think back then, things like this were quite shocking for people. We were really much more trusting and believing of celebrities and influencers and these reality stars, and we very much believed what we saw on social media to be reality, whereas I think now a lot of us don't trust social media, a lot of us don't trust influencers. But to see celebrities, reality stars, people with an apparent net worth of millions of dollars owning counterfeits, it almost signaled to the general population, to the rest of us normies, that like, oh, it's okay to do that. If so-and-so, this celebrity, this reality star, this influencer can wear and buy fake designer handbags, it's okay for me to as well. And what I think fascinates me is this idea that a lot of people would rather own a counterfeit, a fake designer handbag, than a really, really well-made, good quality, no-name handbag. And that's because these logos, these brands hold so much power. And the people, in my opinion, that say that these logos don't hold power, yet turn around and buy a fake handbag, I honestly believe they're lying to themselves. Because if truly these brands, these logos held no power, no status symbol, people wouldn't feel the need to rock fakes.
Do you like this handbag as much as you like this one? Because if you don't like this one, which is a similar style, you might just be into the status. And it gets even clearer when I show you this. So are you into this handbag as a design? Or are you into the logo? Because would you purchase the bag if it looked like this and just had a stripe here? Or does it really need to be with a YSL on it? Most of the people wouldn't buy it if it wasn't for this.
I genuinely believe, you may disagree with me, what a designer bag signals to the rest of the world is 9 times out of 10 the biggest reason as to why somebody would buy one. More than any other reason, you know, more than the story, the brand history, the quality, all of that. Because the more and more that's coming out, the more and more that's being exposed. With the recent Dior news that came out, if you're not familiar with that, I'll have that video linked down below where I kind of went into more detail about that. But with that coming out, I don't think things like that are really helping the argument. But let's use Chanel for an example. The insane, some would say invalid price increases and the quality issues that Chanel seem to be having, all of these factors, you know, would make some question, why would I even still continue to buy brand new Chanel items? But it's the association, it's the power that these brands hold. I don't think this will ever go away. Human beings since the dawn of time have strived to experience luxury. I am still in a semi-chokehold with Hermes. And I don't know about you, let me know in the comments down below, but I don't believe that a fake handbag holds the same feeling of accomplishment and level of excitement as owning an unboxing and being able to purchase the real thing. The working hard, the saving up, the waiting, the whole experience, I like to think, makes owning a real designer handbag so much better. And to me, unboxing and opening and buying a real handbag and buying a fake handbag, I just don't think that same level of joy is comparable. And when buying a pre-loved handbag, I think it's so important to be able to know what you're looking for and feel confident in knowing that you are actually buying a real bag. Which leads me into today's video sponsor, Legit Grails. Legit Grails is so much more than an authentication service. Other than being able to authenticate over 250 brands, they can authenticate bags, shoes, clothing, accessories. They have the largest brand coverage on the authentication market. They work with Luxe de Jour, Goodwill, and Lux Exclusive, which is a Farfetch owned company. They combine human and AI authentication to be able to double check their results. And because of this, they're able to achieve 99.3% accuracy with their authentication. One of the coolest things about Legit Grail is their academy. They have over 300 free authentication guides, so real versus fake guides for different models. And my favorite thing is the courses that they offer. I don't know any other authentication company who is offering this type of service. They want to give you more power as a consumer, and I think that's amazing. I took the Hermes course because as someone who, like I said, Hermes got me in a little bit of semi-chokehold. As someone who still has an interest in designer handbags, obviously I don't buy it to the same extent that I used to, and I am more interested in pre-loved. So being able to take a course that teaches me what to look out for when I'm buying a handbag, when I'm buying a pre-loved handbag, I loved it. It was my favorite way to spend a Sunday afternoon. Really enjoyed the format of the class, the quizzes, and as you can see, like I got so excited when I got one of the answers right. I had so much fun. And at the end, I took the final assessment. They have courses on Chanel, Dior, Gucci, Hermes, like I mentioned, Louis Vuitton, Prada, Saint Laurent, and depending on whatever your favorite brand is, truly, I never was really super knowledgeable in fakes versus real. Now I know exactly what to look out for in terms of small logo details, the stitching. This has given me a lot of confidence to know what to look out for, to know what to ask for when I'm purchasing a pre-loved handbag. I'm a big advocate for self-education. I do love taking fun little courses. And if you're interested in checking out any of these courses, you can do so. I will have my code down below and I will have it here on the screen for you, Caitlin15 to get 15% off. Let's get back into it. After years of going through my little journey, as I like to call it, from shopping addict to literally swearing off shopping to the place I'm at now where I feel incredibly balanced, and I do believe that it's okay to buy luxury, it's okay to shop, as long as it's done in moderation, whatever that looks like for you. And some of you may disagree with me here, but I think buying a luxury handbag for the status or the exclusivity, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. But very few people, I think, really want to be honest with themselves and admit that part of the reason they buy it is for the exclusivity. It is for the status symbol that it eludes. It's almost like a bit of a dirty word. It's like almost like an unspoken truth. I think people don't really want to admit that because it might make them seem materialistic or vapid or shallow. That's what some people say. And look, I'm fully admitting, like I've analyzed myself so much. And I do honestly believe that some of the designer brands that I like to have, and I mean, I still have some of them, I like to own them and I like to wear them for the exclusivity. I like, I suppose, what it represents. I feel like maybe I'm not supposed to admit that. It probably makes me a disgusting human being. But I think if we really analyzed a lot of the behavior and a lot of the things that we do, we might find, like, subconsciously, we engage in a lot of things for maybe status or vanity or simply to fit in. During my analyzation of this, what I find fascinating is owning luxury handbags comes with a lot of negative connotations and a lot of stereotypes. Some people make the assumption that owning a luxury handbag makes you materialistic, vapid, bad with money, bad with finances, irresponsible, a show off, etc. Whereas when I was thinking about it, Owning a fake designer handbag also comes with its own set of stereotypes and negative connotations. People who support and buy counterfeits, some people would consider them to be fake, not have any morals or values, completely okay with supporting crime. Some people would even go so far as to call them tacky. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. People have something to say regardless of what you buy and how you spend your money. But much like buying a real designer handbag doesn't make you a real or a good person, I don't think that buying a counterfeit or a fake designer handbag necessarily makes you a fake or a bad person. And the beliefs that are tied to it, the stories that we and society tells us about ourselves for buying real or fake is really fascinating to me. I am not in support of counterfeits. I'm not in support of fakes. I will touch a little bit on why at the end of the video, but I don't necessarily think people who do are bad people or fake people. Which led me down the rabbit hole of wondering what makes somebody, like what are the personality traits that somebody has or possesses that makes them want to buy fakes or makes them want to buy counterfeit versus the personality traits that somebody has who is more in support of buying the real thing. And I'd love to hear from you if you think there's any other ones. I found this one article and I'll have it linked. It's a blog post about the 5 personality traits that make somebody buy counterfeits. And a few different ones they mentioned that I actually agree with. One of them was value conscious. I actually kind of disagree with that. I personally think somebody who potentially buys more counterfeit is potentially more price conscious. And I think that the cheaper they can find a product for, the better. So I think price conscious individuals are potentially more likely to want to buy a fake item. Another personality trait is integrity and a sense of justice. I have an incredibly high sense of justice and it's almost to my detriment. It's almost to a fault, but this one I actually really agree with. So consumers' personal sense of justice, adherence to law, like I mentioned in the beginning, okay, being terrified of the police coming to knock on my door, and their ability to stick to a set of moral values play a considerable part in their choice to buy fake goods. As taking part in counterfeiting is an unethical activity, considering the range and depth of economic and social harms counterfeiting causes. Consumers who value their integrity and have a strong sense of justice will be hugely put off by the idea of purchasing a fake product. And I think that's kind of the case for me. Personal gratification is another one. Individuals who strongly embody these values would theoretically also revere acquiring authentic goods over counterfeits. They are unlikely to accept inferior quality products such as counterfeits as they are looking for the full experience of luxury products and satisfaction of owning them. A knockoff that may look similar enough to the original to fool peers doesn't grant the same effect. And again, going back to what I said in the beginning, when I got sent all of these websites, these super fakes, like imagining myself owning one just doesn't give me that same sense of satisfaction. This next one I think falls into both categories of people who buy fakes and people that don't. For people driven towards status consumption, public displays of their own accomplishments, such as showing to the world that they own impressive high-end products, is an important aspect of social positioning. Counterfeits could function as a shortcut for social climbing without really being able to spend money on expensive, prestigious items. Individuals could gain the same social benefits without being at a high level economically. The last one that this blog mentioned was called novelty seeking, and it's the drive for individuals to continuously consume new products. They'd rather have a series of new products than a single item. Individuals such as these would have a more positive attitude towards counterfeits since they are a cheap way of satisfying curiosity of products and their need for experimentation. I really saw this. We're going to get more into it in a moment, but I fell down the rabbit hole of looking up like counterfeit hauls on TikTok, and these people who engage in these, I do think are novelty seekers, and they love the ability to own a lot of different items and be able to constantly purchase new items as opposed to purchasing, one very expensive item or 2 very expensive items over the course of, months or years. And I think that's a real big difference. What I noticed about a lot of these hauls I found on TikTok, like I said, we'll be getting into them. A lot of these young girls on TikTok, they just wake up one day and they have a whole quote unquote designer wardrobe. It's fake, but whereas people who buy designer bags, people who have bought designer bags, like my designer collection, granted, yes, I've sold off a lot of it now, but my collection took like 10 years to build. Whereas now, you can literally build one it's not a real one, remember, it's like a fake counterfeit one. But, in the space of a day, you could literally wake up and you can have a whole counterfeit designer wardrobe. I think these personality traits mixed with a desire to fit in or appear a certain way is a huge driving force into why somebody most likely buys counterfeits. I'd like to hear from you in the comments down below. What do you think is the intention, and why do you think people buy counterfeits? If you're someone who purchases counterfeits yourself, please share with me in the comments down below. Why do you think you do it, or why do you think other people, what's the intention behind it? There's this argument, I think I've probably even made it in the past, especially with more of my unhealthy shopping habits, but people who purchase designer fashion, or people that buy luxury handbags, or people say waste their money in that way, are quote unquote financially illiterate, are financially irresponsible, or not very smart with their money. But if we flip that on its head for a moment, does that mean that people that buy counterfeit bags, does that mean that they are morally illiterate or morally reckless or irresponsible? Does it actually say anything about you, or does it really mean nothing? I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below. One of the biggest reasons for this explosion in counterfeits and the normalization of it is thanks to social media. Platforms like Instagram and other social media platforms have programmed us, and I mean, especially the younger generation, to care about how something looks and is perceived above everything else. We're living in a time where fewer and fewer people care about authenticity, and I think it's a real shame. The explosion on social media is partially thanks to, yep, you guessed it, influencers and influencer culture. The rabbit hole of DH Gate hauls is a rabbit hole that I personally just couldn't get out of. I think she was probably like 19 or 20, and she was selling off all of these fake DH Gate designer handbags that she obviously bought at one point and then got sick of, so she was trying to get rid of them. And I do honestly think that the pressure to be able to buy a handbag is getting like younger and younger. I mean, look at Pixie Curtis in the Roxy Jasenko video. I talked about her, the influencer kid with, you know, Goyard and like Birkins and things like that. This pressure to be able to own a designer handbag younger is so much higher than I think we've ever seen it. Because of young girls' access to social media, when I was 14 and 15, I don't think I actually really knew what a designer handbag was. I don't think I was like cognitively aware of that. Whereas now, thanks to social media, these are the things that these young girls are being exposed to. So they feel this pressure. And I think at that age, unless you come from a really wealthy family, you can't afford a designer handbag. So a lot of them, I think, are turning to these DH Gate hauls, and they're getting enticed by these influencers.
In my opinion, this is one of the most classic, timeless bags that will never go out of style. If you could do me the biggest favor by liking, saving, interacting with this video, so hopefully it gets pushed out to my old audience where my account got shut down. On my old account, this was a highly requested handbag, and I'm so happy I have it. It's the Jackie. I can't imagine this bag ever going out of style. I got it in the white color. It kind of reminds me of like a pearl color. I absolutely love it. The inside, it has a zipper pocket and an open pocket right here. They come with a strap to extend this strap, so you can wear it like this with the extended strap. This is a fantastic high quality find, and you are going to be obsessed with this bag and so happy if you get it.
I'm sure you noticed it was almost impossible to miss, but she was very much selling this to you. And even at the beginning, she said, please like share this video around. Why? Because if you go to her TikTok page, you'll see here that she has a little links page. And as you can see, she has her Amazon storefront, she has a little Fendi bag here, she has a YSL bag here, she has a Celine bag, a Prada bag, all of these fake counterfeit goods. And these are almost likely affiliate links because DH Gate and these counterfeit websites all use affiliate programs. This is such a huge reason why counterfeits have exploded in popularity, because influencers like this promoting these things, heavily promoting them. And why? Because they're getting paid, they're getting incentives, they're getting kickbacks from people's purchases, people using their links, they're getting a percentage. I want to show you this creator here who talks about the affiliate program and just how much money you can make selling fakes and promoting fakes.
So I kid you guys not, when I started this affiliate program, I thought it was going to be just like every other affiliate program, like cap and doesn't really have the potential to make a lot of money. But I was very well mistaken, because I literally came into this program to get free products, like solely free products. But you guys, I was wrong. I started this program on June 1st of this year, June 1st, 2023. Today is June 30th, and inside my DH Gate affiliate account, I have $2,220 something that I've made from affiliate links. So this is DH Gate's affiliate dashboard. We're going to be looking at sample products because I like how you can sort the products from sample, fast delivery to the highest rate. So we're going to click on highest rate. And as you guys can see here, like just referring these shoes, the commission is $24.53. Then they have a bag here. The commission rate is $34.93. This bag looks like the same like the other one, and this commission is $36.23. So if you guys specifically aim for the products with the highest commission rate, this is going to be how you're able to rack up that money, you guys.
The more likes and engagement and interaction on these videos means that they get more purchases, they get more money, they get more of a push and a drive to want to buy more and then sell more and promote more. It's just a never-ending cycle. These influencers are essentially being encouraged and rewarded by shopping this way. And we just don't see these type of affiliate programs with many other luxury brands. I mean, yes, Farfetch, I'm pretty sure has an affiliate program. You know, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Hermes, they ain't doing affiliates, okay? They ain't doing affiliate programs. Let's watch some other ones because, like I said, it was a huge rabbit hole I fell down.
Buckle up because we're going through my favorite bags from... Okay, starting off with this saddle bag. It is the all black version. I'm literally obsessed with it. It looks the exact same as the original, and I get so many compliments on this one. Okay, I'm trying to put it on for you guys, but she's cute. Okay, next is this classic. It's so pretty. I'm gonna open it up for you guys because it's even better inside. Next, we have this little nylon re-edition. She is like literally my favorite bag of all time. It also comes with like the strap, perfect size, so cute. Okay, and recently in the summer, this one was like my go-to everyday bag. It's kind of like really used, but it still looks amazing. And it goes with every outfit. It makes every outfit like super cute as well. All linked to my bio.
Catch that, all linked in her bio. They get rewarded by sharing these links. You know, this video here has 23,000 likes, 246 comments. I don't know if you're still interested, but I got my Dior bag from, and then it shares a WhatsApp number. This counterfeit industry is so much more out in the open, and these influencers are normalizing it. We go to her profile here, she has her links here, and she will be getting a kickback from all of these products that she's selling, these fake products that she's selling. She has 26,000 followers. So that's a lot of people. And it says here, account lost at 50K. I mean, maybe it was lost or maybe it was taken down, because I do think this is a bit of a shady spot. I personally wouldn't want to build a platform selling and promoting fakes, because I do think that your account could very easily be taken down. Just quickly, I wanted to interject. This is the thing. It promotes this like fast fashion culture, because that's the thing. Luxury is not supposed to be fast fashion. It's not supposed to feel like fast fashion. It's not supposed to have the same feel and same like life cycle. Luxury items are things that, like these bags and these things are supposed to be things that you literally think about, go into the store or buy them online and experience, and hopefully be able to hold on to them for years and be able to sell them and get, you know, at least half, depending on what bag you buy and how much you use it, but at least, you know, half your money back or maybe more. It's not supposed to be this life cycle of, oh my God, I wore this, I say, you know, fake. I wore this Gucci bag for one summer and now I'm going to sell it. It's like, that's not how luxury is supposed to feel, and it's not what it's supposed to be. And I do think this whole counterfeits industry and this whole counterfeit culture that we're now in is harming what luxury is supposed to be, which I will and I do want to talk more about later, so stick around for that.
So we don't even make love no more. I'm not sure.
Her name is Emma DH Finder. So her whole account is basically like these types of videos, I think, sharing my favorite finds. She's got her email address there. This is a business. This is a side hustle for her. She's got her links featured there as well with her favorite finds. She would be making a lot of money, I honestly think. Here we go. She's got Telegram channel. If you don't want to lose me in the future, follow my Telegram, because these accounts I think get taken down quite regularly by the looks of it. Oh my God, look, it's just contact me on WhatsApp, become a DH affiliate like me.
I've just had a delivery from the fence. I did order this before, and it nipped it, like, and the page I got it off is gone. So it was obviously a bit dodgy. It nipped really quick.
That's dodgy as hell, okay? If you buy something, the page disappears, that's dodgy.
But I did love the bracelet, but it didn't come packaged like this. So I'm going to just show you the packaging. Oh my God, it's absolutely stunning. I'm going to order another colour in it as well, so... Right, I've got something else in the bag. So this is how it comes. If you haven't already guessed, it's a little Van Cleef bracelet. It comes in this bag, right? Then you get the certificate. Like, I thought the certificate was like really legit looking. Look, like stamped, you know, like authenticity certificate. And then this is the box that come in. Like, it was so exciting, like unboxing it. Sorry, I've already did it before. Because when I got it, just came like, I just came like a plastic thing. So this is the box. Obviously, in that bit, then it comes in the actual green box. Like, look at that sign and everything. Amazing, but now wait for the moment of truth. How gorgeous that. It's obviously got the 5 little clovers. And then the box. And it's just like nice somewhere to store it. Yeah, I will attach the link for it in my comments if anyone wants it. If you want to buy someone a present, definitely this.
I'm sorry, I'm trying really hard. I'm trying really hard not to be judgy. And I'm trying not to be judgy, okay? These girls seem lovely. I think they seem like sweet people. But I just want to know, I'm curious, if you're buying someone a fake Van Cleef bracelet as a present, like, do you tell them it's fake? Like, is that conversation had at all? How weird. I would feel, I don't know, if someone bought me a fake thing for a present, I'd be a little bit offended. That's just me personally, okay? I just would prefer just a simple, like, non-designer present than a fake designer present. And again, she's got 2,000 likes and she's linked the product, so who knows how much she made off this. Could she have made enough to potentially be halfway to a real Van Cleef? Maybe. Depends how much she would plug this item. I mean, I could show you so many, but I'm going to show this last one just to prove my point that, like, these people aren't bad people. Like, this girl seems sweet. Look at this one.
Part 2 of my massive HK, AliExpress and Atlantis store haul. I have just posted part 1, so go check that one out. First up, we have a gorgeous red bag, and inside that is a gorgeous red box. We all know and love. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. And it also comes, I'm not going to get it out, but it also comes with, what is that called? I don't know, but it comes with one of those. And this is absolutely gorgeous. Cartier jewellery is stunning. Next up, these are my absolute favourites. I've been wanting these for so long. They are Gucci. Again, as usual, they do come with a little shopping bag. Perfect if you're taking your shoes travelling and you don't want to get them ruined. Don't talk to me. Seriously, don't talk to me. How stunning. I know I keep saying it's like the only word in my vocabulary. Stunning is all I can say. The platform Gucci slides, the bottom. I got these in an EU 37 because I am a UK size 4. Gorgeous. I cannot wait to take these on holiday. Imagine these with some linen white trousers and a linen white shirt. If you do want to see any close-up shots of any of these shoes, then let me know and I'll be happy to film a video. But next we have something else that's Gucci. What is this? Because oh my god, I know what this is. I forgot for a second. I've opened all of this just to have a peek, but I've just left it in my room. We've got a dust bag, so that might give you some sort of indication on what this gorgeous thing is going to be. The most beautiful Gucci shoulder bag. This just needs to clip onto here, so you can adjust the strap. I won't do that right now, but how beautiful. This colour as well is absolutely stunning. Let's take the insides out so we can see what's inside. So it does have a little pocket on the inside. Gorgeous, gorgeous kind of minky coloured interior. This is the most beautiful bag I have ever seen. Can you see it better up there? The lighting on my room is not the best. I love this one. 2 more boxes to go. Next we have Louis Vuitton, and these, gorgeous. These are probably one of my favourite sandals that I've got. You will notice a reoccurring theme with the sandals. It's because it's summer, and every time it's summer I'm just on my sandal hype. We've got the most gorgeous LV sandals. Look at the attention to detail and the print on these. The bottoms as well. Stunning. I know that's the only word in my vocabulary, but stunning. I got these in an EU 37, which is my size, so don't size up, don't size down. These are perfect. Finally, we have a beautiful Dior box. This is something a little bit different for me, actually. These are some kitten heels. Aren't these the most gorgeous kitten heels you have ever seen? They are Giro Dior, and they are beautiful. I cannot wait to wear these. They'll look so cute with maybe some blue straight leg jeans and a black top. Absolutely beautiful. I did get these in an EU 37, but I would say if you do have wider feet, then size up. Bye.
Okay, so I could keep going. Like, there's so many I've got saved, but we do have to wrap this video up. I didn't realize how long we would be. I didn't realize how long I was going to keep you here. But just a few things. Like I said, okay, don't get twisted. These girls seem like nice girls. I have nothing personally, no personal gripe, is that even a word, with these girls. They seem like lovely people. But just a few things that I noticed. Obviously, one, okay, she's check the link in my bio if you need me to source you anything, you know, if you have any questions. This is like part 2. I think she had, God, she's got so many parts. I think I saw like part 8 or something. She does quite a lot of these types of videos. A lot of these influencers do. And that's because they get money back for it. It's a side hustle for them, and they also get these things. But just a few things that I want to really touch on and drive home. I don't know if you picked up on all of those hauls I shared. They are unboxing these things saying, oh, look at my Cartier, or oh, this is my Gucci thing, or this is from Dior, this is from Louis Vuitton. We are becoming so incredibly disconnected. You can see it in these TikToks. We're at the point now where these girls are doing these hauls, and like, again, I'm very finicky with my language, and I try to be. I don't always get it right, but it's not Gucci, it's not Louis Vuitton, it's not Dior, it's not Cartier. It's fake. And I think this disconnection when they're unboxing these things saying, oh, like these are my Dior shoes, it just further drives this wedge between the reality of the situation and their, I shouldn't say delusion, I'm not trying to sound disrespectful, but you know, I think honestly, if we started saying it, if these girls started saying, this is my fake Gucci, fake this, counterfeit this, I think not acknowledging that is part of the problem, and it just grows us further disconnected, I think. And also one thing I do want to touch on as well, if you stuck around, if you've been here for a while, for a lot of my old videos, and again, I'm not saying my shopping was healthy at all, but even still now when I buy something, I get so excited. I get so excited when I buy something. And these girls, you know, with their giant hauls, that if all this was authentic, it's almost a bit gluttonous. It's a bit too much, I think. And I used to engage in this, and this is where I think for me it got a bit unhealthy, where if you're doing these, you know, giant hauls, you don't get to really experience, you don't get to really be grateful, you don't get to really like soak up that moment of momentary joy, because you just, oh, gotta unbox the next thing. It just becomes too much. It becomes too much. And I think the excitement's just different, you know, it's different. I honestly believe that if they ever actually did unbox a real thing on their channel, on their TikToks, it would be a very different type of excitement. I want to touch on this briefly as well, in case you were wondering as we go through today's video. I found this post on Quora.com, and in case you're wondering, you know, how do sites like DHgate easily get away with selling fake products online? And I want to read this to you in case you're wondering, like I was when I started looking into this. This here was a comment by someone called Paul Haywood. It says, it is due to the copyright and trademark laws in China. Unless the company have managed to get their brand copyrighted and trademark protected in China, which can be difficult for foreign companies, then it is not illegal for a Chinese company to use brand names, and many of them legally own the rights to that name in China. As the likes of DHgate, Alibaba and AliExpress operate out of China, it is not illegal for them to sell using the brand name. I just wanted to mention that in case you were wondering. And I was actually quite shocked. I was scrolling through Reddit, I was having a look through Reddit, and there is actually quite a lot of people who kind of have this opinion that it's okay. It's okay to purchase counterfeits as long as you're not trying to pass it off as the real thing. And this is kind of where I disagree, because in my opinion, if you are wearing a counterfeit item, you're trying to pass it off as the real thing. Unless you're like, unless you're walking through like a shopping mall and shouting, hello everyone, this is fake, by the way, this is fake. Or unless you're wearing a sticker that says this is not real. I honestly believe that whether intentionally or unintentionally, I think you are trying to pass it off as the real thing. Here people said, I've never owned a fake bag and don't plan to, but also don't really care if others do. It's your money, you can do whatever you want with it. This person said, yes, where I draw the line is trying to sell these fake bags to people and claiming it's real. That's literally scum behavior. Oh yeah, that is scummy. I never claim mine are even real, and I would never advertise that someone should buy. If you're wearing a product that looks like the real thing, then people are going to assume it's the real thing. It's almost like with this mentality of, oh, I'm not claiming it's fake. It's like we almost have to retrain our brains into literally questioning everything. I don't want to get to a place where I see women on the street with a beautiful handbag and my automatic assumption has to be, it must be fake. I don't want to get to a place like that. I do want to share this one creator with you on TikTok. His name's David, and similar to these other ones I've shared. And as you can see here, he's got a photo of him and he looks very, very posh, very proper. He's got this nice suit on. He does look very nice and prim and proper.
Very demure, very mindful.
And his whole stick is bougie reviews. Here on his Instagram, he's got bougie on a budget, sharing with you the best of the best for less. A lot of his videos, you can see here, he's showing these items and he's always linking them as well so he can get a kickback from these pieces.
I'm really excited to do this review. You guys asked me for more high quality sellers, and it does not get more high quality than this. So the bag you're about to see is a 1-to-1 mirror image of the original. It is top leather, top quality, top hardware. Packaging, I want to take a second to look at packaging. It all came in a box with a ribbon, just as you would in the store. It came with a bag. Also comes with a dust bag, just like this. And I'm going to just do a live unboxing to show you guys how it's actually packaged. So this is obviously a little bit of stuff that we don't need to look at. Oh my god, I'm giving you a glimpse. Let me take the packaging off. I'm blown away. This is the best quality bag I've ever received in every single purchase.
I don't know, to me the CC looks a little bit not right to me. But anyway, that's just me personally.
It is a top handle. It has this beautiful logo here in the most beautiful gold I've ever seen. It also can be worn as a crossbody, guys. It is a double flap, so obviously this is the hardware, as you can see up close. The leather is beyond soft. It feels like butter, to be very honest, and it just smells amazing. It smells just so fantastic. We've got all your logoing there. Even these little chain stoppers to kind of stop the chain coming out is logoed as well. We have a little compartment in there. We have a compartment in there. We have your logo right there, as it should be. And at the back, we have a little pocket here. So yeah, as I did mention, guys, this is top quality.
To me, I don't know if my eyes are just deceiving me, but it almost looks a bit uneven. Oh, is it uneven? Is the CC uneven? Or is it just the way he's holding it? It might just be the way he's holding it.
You guys asked me for the best of the best when it comes to quality, and I'm just so excited. This is a private supplier, so it's not from the little yellow app. It is under my link, and it's at luxury or top quality I think it is. It's the #1 link, and I'll always put my top quality links up there. So this comes in various different colors, and I'm just so obsessed with it. Super quick shipping. I got it in about 2 weeks, and as you saw, I mean, packaging could not be faulted in any way. So yeah, obsessed with this. So let me know if you like it.
And again, like my face, like I'm not judging these people. I just can't, like, I'm just like, ooh, like I'm just wondering like where that bag came from. Like, who is it supporting? You know, a lot of us know like the counterfeit industry supports really dodgy behavior, terrorism, you know, drug dealing, black market stuff. I read this one article about women who were basically slaves. They were slaves to work on these bags during the day, and at night they were sent out into the streets to be prostitutes and to be basically slaves. And that just really just disgusted me. It really grossed me out.
There are horrible injustices that happen in fast fashion, yes, but especially in counterfeit. The counterfeit industry is linked to child labor, slave labor, and I can't even say what else.
As you can see here, he's got his whole wall in the background. He's got a whole room. I mean, who knows? Maybe some of them are real, but his whole brand is kind of built off fake things. And yeah, it's just really fascinating. It's just really fascinating to me. He's got all his potentially fake bags in the background. I mean, like I can only assume they're fake because his whole channel, his whole branding is about sharing fakes and sharing more affordable alternative counterfeits. Let's call them what they are. I just find it very fascinating, and I wonder if he feels proud or like happy or excited. I mean, he says he's excited, but I don't know, walking into like a room full of fakes, I don't know, it's just not for me personally, really. To share some final thoughts with you, just to wrap up today's video, I believe that designer items should be enjoyed in moderation. That's something that I realized after I kind of went through my journey, where I'm like seriously overspending, over shopping, overindulging, to where I'm at now. I believe that luxury items should be enjoyed in moderation. And the moment you begin to overindulge, it's no longer luxury. And I think DHgate and these kind of counterfeit fake hauls promote this kind of excess consumption. I read a book, I have it linked, I think it was like The Luxury Strategy. It's a book I really enjoy, and I reread it actually. I just want to share with you a few pages from this book. I want to read it to you because it, to me, really drives home how I feel right now about luxury and about the state of things. It must of course remain within decent limits. Otherwise, it is no longer a question of luxury, but an addiction. Luxury is to such excessive behaviors what eroticism is to pornography. Positive luxury is refinement, nuances, culture, flirtation, pleasure, and not brutality. Luxury does, of course, often manifests itself in abundance, but not overabundance, which leads to saturation and revulsion. Luxury is not excess, and excess is not luxury. In conclusion, this is why one should not confuse having a taste for luxury with having luxurious tastes. The first suggests someone cultivated and discerning, the second, inquisitiveness and excess. It's a fake lifestyle. I honestly believe that if you are someone who's built a TikTok brand off of sharing dupes and sharing styling advice, I think that's so much better than building a brand off of selling fake things, in my opinion. I feel like the bar is slipping, and I know some of you are going to be really offended by that because some of you may very well buy fakes and support fakes. I personally don't, and I really hope that we can actually have a discussion in the comments down below respectfully, but I just feel like maybe not so much the bar, because it's probably a bit offensive, but the goalposts seem to be moving. Like the goalposts are moving as to what is accepted and what is okay and what's not. Is buying fakes a morals issue? I'd like to hear from you in the comments down below. One thing I want to end on that I don't think is being talked about enough around the world of counterfeits and proudly rocking super fakes is, you know, we know it's been talked about for quite some time now that especially with the way the economy is, the current economic climate, there are certain cities that you can't feel safe in anymore, especially if you're someone who excessively promotes, excessively shows off their wealth and wears a lot of noticeably designer items. You can sometimes be more of a target for robbery and thieves. And I'm not saying that's right, it's not. But I also think that on the other hand, if you're someone who is excessively flashing super fakes, you're also a target. You may get robbed. And, you know, some of you may think, well, what's the big deal? You know, it's only like maybe a $200 bag. But it's what's in that bag that could be, you know, that could be your phone, that could be your wallet, that could be your credit card, that could be your passport. So I do think that flashing excessively designer items is equally as bad as flashing excessively counterfeit items in certain cities. You have to be really careful, especially if you're someone who does enjoy counterfeit items and you support that industry. It can potentially put your safety at risk as well. I'm sure you can get the sense. I've mentioned it like probably 5 times at this point. I don't like fakes. Like I don't support counterfeits. I don't support fakes. Just because I don't like anything fake. Yeah, that's my life philosophy. Don't like fake people. Don't like fake friends. Fake relationships. Fake feelings. So naturally, I don't like fake bags either. But let me know in the comments down below where you're at with that. Some steps to prevent yourself from finding yourself in a situation where you have bought a counterfeit item, I think is 1, I would get items authenticated. I would also probably get them authenticated from more than one place, like double authenticated, even so far as actually going to the store and getting it authenticated. I would also always pay with PayPal or a credit card as well, so that you have that kind of buyer protection. I think that's really important. If you do want to check out any of the courses on authentication, my code Caitlin15 is on screen and in the description to get 15% off any of the courses. But also if you'd like to check out any of the authentication services that Legit Grails offers, I highly recommend. Have you ever accidentally bought a counterfeit item? Please share with me that story in the comments down below. I would love to hear it. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Thank you so much for partaking in this conversation. I'm actually really excited to hear what you have to say because I know my opinions are incredibly strong and they're not for everyone. And I know that I do have some of you who love designer items. I also know I have some of you that buy counterfeit. And I also know that some of you don't even care, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments down below. I'm gonna have another few linked for you there if you wanna check those out. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video and I will see you in my next one. Bye.